What's up, y'all? So today I'm gonna be working on my book. So I'm super excited. It's gonna be super productive, and yeah, let's get after it. Let's do it. All right, let me get rid of a bunch of my stuff so I don't get distracted. Share my screen. The window I want to share is the memoir update. Okay. All right, so let's do this. So I might have to zoom up a little bit for you guys. Oh, is this zoomed up? Oh, this is how you see it. Okay. One of the best discoveries I've ever come across was thanks to Steve All's hiking group. I mean, truly, the amount of planning and thoughtfulness is much appreciated. The simple activity of walking up and down mountains makes me so happy. There's something magical about seeing birds, looking at the open sky, and breathing in fresh air that's different than being cooped up inside all day. We've been on so many adventures on weekends together. One of the times I feel most connected in the world is when I'm moving. Movement is my therapy. I'm able to hear the birds chirp and being able to discover nature in its truest state. Hiking in the winter snow, oh man. If you have never done this before, I would highly recommend it. It's a spiritual experience. It's times like this that we truly feel grounded in why it's so awesome being alive. New York City, New York. You are wild, crazy, adventurous, always growing and booming. I remember how I told myself I would never live in New York City. How I would eat my own words. So interesting being surrounded by millions of people. All the museums are running around Madison Square Park, Bryant Park, Central Park, and Central Park. The beauty of Manhattan is it truly is the city that never sleeps. I always said sleep is a waste of time, and people think I'm weird. Say that, but accepting being weird. I say okay, accepting being weird will help you live a much more interesting life. Where else can you find so many different smells, cuisines, people from all walks of life? Living in Murray Hill was a lot of fun because of the diversity of. I joined a social club called Ivy back in my prime networking days. That was pretty cool because I get to experience so many parts of New York City. It wasn't cheap. And at the time, I wasn't making a lot of money, but I'm so glad I did it because it helped me fall in love with New York City, the culture, the crunch, all the experiences. You can really get lost into it. Anyone, I would recommend for everyone to live in a city at least once in their life. You will grow more than you can even imagine if you've never lived in a city before. Being exposed to the diversity of being surrounded by people who don't look like us. Our horizon is expanded when this happens. Coming into being. Childhood. Childhood was pretty tough for me. For those of you who've struggled through childhood, I feel for you. And those who have experienced, those of you who have experienced, I feel for you. And for those who have experienced a lot of trauma growing up, I'll elaborate more on this. In summary, childhood was tough. Life in general, I feel like was pretty tough. Because noticing the frame in which I view the world, I can take responsibility that a lot of why it's tough was my own choosing. Take responsibility. My dad and mom, looking back at it, my dad and mom did the best they could with what they know at the time. My dad had a father who had many kids, and I don't know, besides he wasn't a great father. I know that it's interesting that we are able to judge our parents so deeply. Many of my friends who had similar experiences also are really hard on their parents. But having compassion, I see that it must be very difficult to raise 3 kids in relatively expensive areas in the US. I'm struggling this much right now without having any kids. I can't imagine adding kids onto the list of responsibilities in my life at this moment. My dad is an interesting man. I remember those days at the flea market. He had a tough spell where it rained a lot and he lost a lot of money. He started selling things in New York City. He bartended at Benihana. I remember when I was younger, my dad was so competitive. When we played Monopoly, he would steal money from the bank. I always remember that I had to do whatever. I remember what I learned from him is that I had to do whatever it takes to win. He taught me the value of winning. It was life or death. I was so ashamed of how angry I get when I felt like it wasn't fair. It was just a game. I remember being triggered many times as an adult. Having introspection, I realized that it's fine to not have to operate at 100 miles an hour all of the time. It's probably exhausting for others. My wife would say that I need to learn how to turn off. I don't have to win all of the time, always. I was born in Camden, New Jersey, which was rated the most dangerous city in America at some point. It's still pretty dangerous and run down. It's not too far away from Philly, across the bridge. I never forget how often we went to Chinatown. Growing up, my parents didn't have much savings, and I was fortunate enough to be born in America, born in the U.S. My mom would always remind me, and I always found that to be annoying. That to be annoying. That to be annoying. But if I'm implementing anything, oh crap! I was supposed to send him my resume. What was? Okay, let me see. Davidson, hang resume. I will. If it makes it easier to set up a time to chat, here is my calendar link. If it makes it, I look forward to speaking with you and learning more about Banto's goals and priorities to see how I can add value. All right. What should I do? Oh, what? I have to sign in again? What the hell? Coffee chat. Okay. Attached is my resume. Consultant. Okay. Where was I? Okay. I was born in Camden, New Jersey, which is the most dangerous, blah, blah, blah. But now if I'm implementing anything I learn from all of the communication training is that we truly are blessed. If you compare us and our standard of living compared to most other countries, we have a lot of privileges that my YouTube subscribers will remind me of all of the time. She struggled to pay for us when my dad left us when I was younger in high school. Everything before middle school was a blur. Sometimes memories would come to fix myself. Fix myself. I feel like I was not ambitious enough because I got flunked out of third grade. I flunked out of third grade because of my not up to par when I went to New Avenue School, which is a private school with many. I was two of two Vietnamese kids that went there, and right from the beginning, I felt different. Looking back at it now, there were some pretty carrot-free days where I played Magic cards, Magic the Gathering, Magic. I would play Magic the Gathering cards, which is a trading card game. I looked up to my cousin Joel. He's pretty cool. I love how he doesn't need external validation. Something that has been a lifelong struggle for me and still is to this day, no matter how much work I put into it. When talking to someone, just to make him happy, to do a favor for him, that I sacrificed my dignity, as a young child. Those days in California went by. I always had a max. I always had. I'll never forget. I'll never forget how traumatizing it is to give away Max, our German Shepherd, who was a puppy. I remember crying so much. I really broke my heart when I had to leave two of our best friends in California. And we spent so many weekends with. And when I when I had no choice to move back to New Jersey, I didn't realize this until later. But at that moment, I told myself that I would be the one doing the leaving instead of having other people break my heart. That's how emotional I was even at a young age. I was there from kindergarten to fifth grade. Fifth grade. Okay. That we moved around a lot. We struggled financially. And I remember for a little bit, we rented a house. This insecurity growing up broke played a huge role in why I'm so focused on business, self-improvement. I notice this is what many folks like myself go through. We become addicted to getting better, landing our dream jobs, which in my case was at LinkedIn, and then questioning if I'm reaching all of my goals, why do I still feel so empty inside? Which was why Daring Hearts, my mastermind / coaching program, was born. It's aimed to help people have a better relationship with themselves. And once we love ourselves, the goals and obtainments, the goals actually become easier because it's not coming from a place of fixing or lack. I blame so much on my dad, and I'm willing to forgive myself after hearing so many. After hearing so many other people have resentment towards my dad. I spent the last 18 years avoiding him, not really acknowledging that he's my father. When I remember, more than that, 20 years, I guess, 21 years avoiding him. When I remember the last 21, when I was doing the Landmarks advanced course, I remember that was the first time I called him and just listened to him. In the past, when I spoke of him, I would numb out, like having an out-of-body experience. I told him I wouldn't even invite him to my wedding. Thank God I did. Don't get me wrong. We still don't have the best relationship, but I don't blame the guy anymore. He didn't have the best father figure around, so that's just what he knew. I do envy him sometimes. He not being tied to doing whatever he wants, but ultimately I do get to spend quality time with my two sisters, my mom and grandma. I'm happy that they're all still alive. I went to Rosa, this interesting place, affluent, West does not come from as much money. There's some areas on the West that was a bit more affluent, but not where I grew up. But not where I grew up. Everyone had equal as I grew up. hitting my head against the fence. That was the first time I had a concussion. I also remember being hit by the baseball. My eye swelled up. Or swelled up. My eye was swollen. That was pretty bad. The first day of middle school, we went to Jewish Community Center. I was called Chocolate Boy. Chocolate Boy. I tried so hard to fit in. I'm not sure how I managed to be part of so many different communities. It's truly a gift now that I'm older. I can pretty much get along with everyone. But when you are younger, it's hard. It's hard because when you spread yourself that thin, you sometimes question yourself. Do I actually have real friends? And there I really found my element. IB Kids, which is a program parallel in high school, I never truly excelled at academics. Diagnosed with ADHD. This makes a ton of sense. I constructed a life. I pass out automatically. High school was a lot of fun. Dating people. I felt pretty popular. Love singing. Jack of all trades, master of none. It certainly didn't feel that way. I felt like such a badass. This is a central theme in my life. Feeling like I don't truly belong, but in reality, I was accepted. It's just that I didn't accept myself for being that way. My best friends Rutgers parent. Bought them a proud Rutgers parent hat. I think all teenagers go through a stage where they hate their parents. Hey, thank you, man. Not great, brother. Not great. Thanks for joining, man. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? I remember arguing with my mom once, and she chased me down the hall with a broom and never came back. Friends-wise, it was great. High school were the good old days where I pretty much did whatever I want, even after school. I would just hang out with my friends. I guess that's why I can function on practically no sleep. My dad left us without saying a word one day. I guess he went through depression. He went through depression and stopped working. So he moved back to an area that is full of Vietnamese people in California. He kind of just does whatever he wants. I live with people, multiple families, so it makes sense why it's so hard for me without distractions. I can adapt with any changes. Thanks for the like, Rohan. Appreciate it as well. We moved around a lot, living in 26 different apartments. I remember being a pretty emotional guy. I write poems. That's funny. I remember trying to get everyone. I was so proud of myself for having hundreds of signatures. I'm not sure why I was obsessed. Maybe I felt like if my friends loved me, then I wouldn't have to worry about family stuff. Dad went to jail. This haunted my life. He used to hit me a lot when I was younger. And it's different in America where you're not supposed to lay a hand on your child. It's definitely becoming less acceptable with every year. Less acceptable that every year, as we are evolving as a society. I realized I was a very sensitive kid. I just don't know how much you love your father. I do love him. He provided for us when we are younger. I can look back and have compassion that my mom and dad have lived very difficult lives. I can understand very difficult lives. Why they did the things. My mom's nail salon eventually got sold. She shared with me as I got older that it really hurt her feelings when I mumbled that I wish my parents were a bit more educated. I'm glad that we have the space to be open with each other now, to be able to process all of these feelings through the work of Landmark Worldwide. I remember always being a free spirit. That's why I'm so triggered when anyone tries to get me to calm down and do nothing. What was I running away from exactly? Were my parents that bad? I just didn't know. I just know I didn't want to be at home. And it's interesting how at this stage in my life, I'm trying to make up for lost time. I definitely value time at home. That's going to be a focus moving forward. But I want to honor myself. And I know for a fact that I'll always have the exploring attitude. Growing up was interesting because I would always talk to a lot of girls, but I was always insecure. Growing up, you hear it becomes a confidence barrier. Let me tell you one thing. What happened? Growing up, through 100 hours of therapy, I know it's not true. Live life. That's a fact, brother. Race. You learn differently. When you learn, you tend to doubt yourself. Thank you. Many Asian. No one really talks about how the Southeast Asian countries typically growing up did not have as much wealth as the East Asian countries. Yeah, definitely. One one of my goals is to talk more openly about this and normalize it. Luckily, there are a lot of curious people who want to learn more about other cultures and people's experiences. How was it different? College was a lot of fun. I went to Cook College that eventually changed name to Rushing the Field when we beat top ranked Louisville. Phi Delta Psi, an Asian fraternity. That became a big part of my identity. First time I truly feel accepted in a group because I was always the token Asian guy in the group. Now there are a bunch of Asians who stood for the same cause. Road tripping to California. So much gratitude for her. When I reflect, I remember so many good memories, and how life was a lot easier back then. Freedom. Listeners. Since middle school, I've never been single for more than a year. You can interpret that in any way you want. I had so many stories of not being the best player. No one is perfect. We all make mistakes. College is fun. Before money came, when people used to take and give, it was fine. Since I messed up around college and changed majors a few times, the very common Rutgers 5-year plan. Did not want to grow up. I did not want to grow up. Looking back at it now, one of the most interesting facts, I have had probably more than most people in their lifetime. Before, oops, even turned 35. I worked for a hazardous waste company, waited tables. I always knew myself to be a hustler. Did I think? No, I didn't have a lot of confidence. You know Dow theory? No, what does that mean? Our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is that we're inadequate. What's up, guys? What's good, bro? I'm showing you guys the book my fifth book that's coming out. So I'm just editing it right now, adding some new things to it. Our deepest fear is that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. Our deepest is our light and our darkness that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God and just like human. Okay. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel unsure around you. We're born to manifest the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we subconsciously give other people permission to do the same. We're liberated from our own fear. Our presence automatically liberates others. Okay, cool, man. A lot of my self talk used to be, oh man, why is life so difficult? I'm very unorganized. So why is it so hard for me to focus? Now the majority of myself is like, wow, this meal is delicious. My wife is beautiful. I'm lucky to have her in my life. My mom is a great mother. My sisters are kind. It's much more positive. And of course, these days where I go through and be my unanswerable questions and the point of view that I trap myself is that I'm unlovable and the world is cruel. Huh. But for most of the part, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm unlovable and the world is cruel, but for the most part, the majority of my thoughts are around gratitude, abundance, and joy. Pure market. Oh, this certainly did not happen overnight. It took a lot of reprogramming to see myself as a powerful person. I can set anything mine is to my heart to. The beauty of trying so many different jobs is I feel extremely to work for such an amazing company. I also got into my dream job at LinkedIn, and I remember feeling such bliss when I received that offer. Bliss. Everything happens for a reason. I was the mayor at LinkedIn, felt like such a boss when the pandemic happened. It really messed with me because my identity was so tied to work. So I couldn't even be the mayor anymore in the office. I wasn't sure who I was anymore. That attachment to work was not healthy. Although I can look back with gratitude to have been able to contribute to so many people, do many of the leadership roles I've taken. Hey. If you guys read it, I'll email it to me. Type your email once it's done, or actually, you're friends with me on LinkedIn. Rohan, if you want to add me on LinkedIn as well, just so that way not everyone could see it. Because if you send it to me, I'll send you a copy of mine. But I'm still finishing it, so let me finish it first. My dad. Complication with my dad is a complex one. I tried my whole life to not be like him. I don't have kids yet, and yet they say adversity makes your kids stronger. I now know that he did the best he could, and that I saw, and that there is so much wasted energy when we try to get other people to behave differently than how they typically behave. Once you accept that the people around you will be who they are, just pure acceptance will allow you to live a happier, life. My dad was a hard worker. Is a hard worker. He grew up in Vietnam, competing for his dad's attention, with over 16 siblings. Some of them half. It's no wonder that he has to tell really good stories to try to get people to listen to him. I've already told you. Oh, okay. Oh, your typing speed is crazy. That's funny. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. The qualities I took from my dad are ones that I've battled with and have shame. I don't know. Have shame around. Took from my dad: being a free spirit, telling stories, working in sales most of my life. I also realized that he has a heart, and even though he wasn't there for most of our lives, he still loves us. And by leaving the family, it was actually this is my dad. I'm talking about my dad right now. Yeah. By leaving the family, it was actually better for us because the chemical reaction of being with my mom did not lead to healthy outcomes. Race. Oh, we talked about race again? Race. Huh. Damn, I wrote a lot. Race is one of the scariest things to write about because I didn't want to be pigeonholed into being that Asian guy and everything shaped through those lenses. But it's complex because born in America and yet everyone knows that you're Asian puts you in a box. I've never been to Asia. There's certainly a time where I wasn't proud to be Asian. You want to be like everyone else. In America, that means being white. Because they are often the popular ones are the ones you see on TV in Hollywood. Oh, wait, what? There's a lot of assumptions. Getting good grades, excelling in school. I was way above average, but compared to my Asian counterparts, but it's not true that those are in the hands of man for what he has to do, right? What? You getting philosophical here, bro. Might have to explain a little bit. I think I'm lost. I was a talkative troublemaker. I was trying to be the center of attention. Like Rohan. Being a teenager, you're very sensitive in general. Growing up, you let being a short dude trying to make up. Statistically speaking, when I share those statistics, a lot of life is pretty unconscious. I somehow, without really knowing I was doing this, was disconnected from many of my white friends. Of course, there were some exceptions. I remember waking up one day and I was only hanging out with Asians, and I naturally gravitate towards minorities. What a crazy concept to be in America and only hang out with Asians. I'll never forget all the racist jokes that have been made of me. It was quite traumatic. I also understand that I'm more sensitive than the average person. One of my best friends at the time said something pretty harsh that really messed me up. Thank God for therapy. It's helped me process a lot of things, and some of it is true. I'm not very aggressive. I can be more empathetic than the average guy. I even put together a men's group where we process a lot of these tougher topics, like losing a parent or grandparent. Some of the guys I look up to in terms of their vulnerability, being able to discuss these tough topics often, talking about the industries and how they dealt with their insecurities. They all have been so successful being millionaires, and once you own it, it no longer takes control of you. I remember being on Reddit. It used to consume me. One of the best things about being married is you no longer have to worry about chasing women all the time. I could see how much mental energy is exhausting. Send me the PDF. No, only read half of it. I'll send it to you when it's done. Still working on it. So a ton of typos probably. What's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Very blessed to have so many guys in my life I can hit up and cry together. Moving. Oh, she moved. Wait, what? Oh my god. My wife noticed. Huh. Did I do this already? What's going on? Oh, she moved it down to this part. That's why. Race. Okay. I'm talking about race. I can trap. You can get, okay, I can say you can get trapped in being separated from others. What's up, bro? How you doing? You do realize that we're all the same and we're in this together. When you separate whether it's politics or differences economic for different countries, we all go through the human condition. I realize, yes, this is my 5th book. I have blogs as well, yeah. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, yo, what's good? Here, I'll send you my Davidson Hang. Do you have LinkedIn? I'm gonna send you my newsletter. Here you go. So my first book is right here. When you click on the link, you'll see the first book, the last book, and then my other books. This other book as well. Oh, yeah, that link will have a link. That link will have will show you my newsletter. Oh, okay. I realized that with privilege comes expectations. When I compare myself to my richer friends growing up, I noticed that their parents had certain expectations of them. I think thanks, man. Appreciate it. I realized that with privilege comes expectations. When I compare myself to my richer friends, I was fortunate to not have high expectations. That pressure would eat me up. Regardless, why am I hesitant writing about it? Model minority myth. Model minority myth is something that comes up for many Asians. I feel like we're typically not heard, and we should be grateful that all of the minorities the people discounted our struggles, saying that we're white adjacent. Although there's some truths to it, discounting how I grew up and many of the racist comments I've received have certainly impacted. Race is a complicated topic because it's difficult for white people in America to be able to comprehend what it's like to be in a minority. Focus on your work. Oh, okay. Thanks for swinging by, dude. Appreciate it. Game over. I remember going to a women, learning about how they feel. Hey, Arfa, what's good? I can understand that because as a male, I do have privileges that I take for granted. I noticed that in certain industries, men have a lot more confidence when it comes to leadership, when it comes to applying to leadership positions. Doing well. How about you? Because of societal expectations, there's a lot more proof, evidence, and examples of white male leadership. And so it's natural for them to step up into leadership types of roles. Being mindful of us collecting evidence to support our hypothesis, especially if it's a disempowering one. Oh my god, this guy's starting shit. You're so funny. I mean, David, be mindful. Being mindful of us collecting it will help us be able to rewire our brains to achieve more and go for the position that you actually want. That's not possible. She knows, yo. She knows. Thank you. That's funny. I was kidding. Being one of the few professions in in sales, being one of the few Asians in sales, most of my profession, I can tell I need to be successful. I tell myself the added pressure. It's interesting. Microaggressions. Huh. It's impossible. I think I had this negative realization because I was bullied and picked on. I've conveniently forgot that they put so much time, they put so much energy and time into cultivating me and helping me grow professionally. I've had a lot of folks such as Zach and Mike, too many mentors to name all of them. The kind with me to help me grow and prosper. When I finally got out of the bubble, I was able to diversify myself with reality again. Oh my god. It feels good to not hate anything. I do not hate Trump supporters. You can choose to be angry at the world. You choose to love everything and everyone. Anywhere else? Where else in Missouri? Okay, I'll take this out. ADHD. Found that I was broken and needed to be fixed. Society wants us to move go with the flow. I was about to fail out of college when I was in. But especially for people with ADHD. Thing to do. Being able to accept in the world. Oh, you saw that? Did you read it or something? Damn, good memory, bro. Where'd you see that? Wait, did I tell you that? How'd you know? Damn, bro. This guy freaking mind reader over here. All right. I gotta sit back down. Standing up for hours is difficult. Where it talks about how to support your. I'm so happy. Variety. Freedom. Acceptance is huge. What does it mean to accept yourself? Bina. So many of us look at our careers because you grow the most. I didn't have. I want to know where I am today. All right. Damn, there's still a lot left. Holy crap. When's my next meeting? I guess the top 1% advice. Hey, brother. I have some opening today if you want to swing by. What time? What does your day look like for today? Farhan is an adult now. At the movie theaters to watch movies. Maybe it's on. Power of networking. Ask people. Getting comfortable with rejection is a super valuable skill. Because I was always is all time right. Wait, what? David is all time right. Huh. Nobody. What I enjoyed most about LinkedIn is that it felt like college again. We were able to contribute in so many ways beyond. I really connected. I really connected the dots and saw how we all just want to be accepted. We just all want to be accepted. Oh, I'm gonna leave a message. Hey, Mike, I'm proofreading my 5th book, and I'm at the chapter about, so I'll read you a passage from this chapter. So I said, my manager, Mike, is such an awesome person. It was the first manager who really, truly, really believed in me to be the best. He's such an inspirational guy. The amount of attention to detail he puts into anything he does is groundbreaking. I learned so much from him in terms of getting what you want and building relationships. He taught me to not be afraid to get rejected and to know my worth in every interaction. Ah. And then on the bottom of the chapter, I wrote, I'll never forget one of the most memorable moments is when Mike had all of us, the whole team in a room where we got to share our life stories and what we were about. It was so touching that I cried, that we all cried, and we had a team dinner at this beautiful Italian restaurant afterwards. It's one of those moments I'll never forget because we all poured our heart, and that was a beautiful thing to get to understand people, their motivations, and what made them tick. This is right after I've completed the landmark forum. I feel flow state. Ah. Seeing all of this, people will think. Ah. Looking back at it, I was accepted in my head. Hmm. Crucial skill development. How to stop overthinking. Ooh, that's a good one. Yo, I'm gonna make a video about that. I'll make a video and I'll send it over to you. Do you have other social media so I can send it to you? Add me on some of the other ones so I can get in touch with you. Cool. Oh. What days are you free? What did he say?
Hey brother, Jill and I are going to be going into Princeton tonight, kind of walking around Princeton University, heading to get ramen and boba for dinner. Any interest in meeting up for dinner maybe?
Hey brother. But my wife might be down to swing by Princeton just to walk around. Sweet. All right, bounty jobs. It was the first job that I really crushed it and did a good job. I remember winning Employee of the Month, feeling so proud of myself. I also met Brendan. He's charismatic, funny, silly. I realize. Positive energy. And it's infectious. That'd be awesome. This introduced me to the world of headhunting. Revo software. Rohan. Hilarious, bro. In summary, my career has been a lot of ups and downs. I got to travel the world. I'll never forget traveling. The key is to be yourself, be open to saying yes, and you will find yourself grateful that you lived a life of travels and the simple pleasure of just being with incredible souls. Aw, that's nice. Touche. One of the funniest memories was I was flown down to Fort Myers to interview for Gartner. But I somehow butt dialed my girlfriend, and she overheard me saying, I'm down in Florida to interview for Gartner. She had no idea at the time, and subconsciously it would have been difficult for me to move that far away from her. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why I bombed the interview. It's pretty difficult being surrounded by so many competitive people. You have to argue why you're better than everyone else there. There were so many talented people who had sales as their major. I didn't know. Yogi's All Americans. I was like, wow, there's a sales manager who come in and get a meal. It's fun being able to interact with visitors who came overseas and exposed me to a lot of different perspectives. I learned that if they came to drink after their wedding, I would make a lot more money in tips. Nice. Being friendly certainly has its perks. Being a waiter is tough work. I worked at a lab. People tended to help me no matter where I was, no matter where I am. What's your favorite fruit? Mango. How about you guys? The best part, carefree times. Life is a bit simpler. Was a bit simpler. You didn't have to worry about same pinch. Yeah. Forgetting yourself. Definitely had met so many people. Quiznos. How many careers do you get to? How many careers you get to travel? Being able to I've been so blessed. No drama. Bahar. Solve problems. Getting paid to build relationships is a wonderful treat. I know sales reps, they make north of 600K. That's funny. I remember being let go. I questioned whether or not being sales is what I wanted to do. The dark side of sales is that we all question. I'd be sad. I wouldn't be sad. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent with a high. It's a pretty decent occupation that gives you valuable life skills with a high amount of growth and potential. I was blown away. Healing is important. I never met anyone who never had any family issues. Mara state? Oh, let me look up what that is. Mara Ashira state of India. Oh, so it's all the way up here. I see. Cool. That's helpful. So it's like right here. Cool, man. Thanks for sharing. I always love seeing where you guys are from. Party landmark. Just getting to her world. Most transformational 3 days of my life. Forgive myself. Journey making only 70,000. I remember shaking. Why did your mom divorce? As a kid, I made him mean that he. I remember calling my dad. He said you were the reason why I left you guys. I lost respect for him. Nothing really going on over there. People pleasers. Basically everyone else but myself. We can become addicted to anything, but work success is the biggest addiction of them all because it's accepted by society. I think, well, anything in excess is unhealthy. Personal development. Start my own podcast. I went back and stopped caring a bit. I went back to him and stopped caring a bit less about what others think and started throwing content out there. That freed me to be more self-expressed. I took a nap. Wait, what is this? Oh. We often want to fit in, and as a human, it's hard to not compare yourself to others. I think isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's Anikit, you, Arfa, right? Most likely. Wasn't living up to my true potential. Date with Destiny is the most masterful storyteller out of everyone. And being able to keep you engaged for 60 hours straight, back to back, in 5 days. Huh. Create a relationship vision. Taken from Tony Robbins. My power virtues are passion, love, joy, and connection. What? What? Oh, that's funny. Ooh, that's a good question. Superpower. Damn, I'm curious what you guys say. You guys go first. Uh, how can I appreciate the peace in this moment? Oh, that's a good one. What can I do? That's a good one. Landmark. Oh. Huh. My ideal shattered. Huh. Hmm. Not a healthy kid, going to therapy, having a bunch of life coaches. Life. Always still worry about money. Growing up poor and living off of government assistance is something that I don't wish upon my enemies. It really, really feels like that's sweet, dude. Feels like it's really hard to shake off that scarcity mindset. What about you, Arfa? What would you say? Ah, huh. Oh, that's good. Cool. Wow, making a lot of progress. What page am I? I'm almost done. Yay. Aw. Where is your grandfather not around? Oh. Oh. What do you know? What do you know about him? Huh. Oh. I was avoiding it. I was avoiding it. Huh. Never how much a lot of us cried, even to get some superpower. You say that, but you know you will. You will share the wealth. Uh, huh. And then it's 3 years of learning. uh, okay, therapy. I remember my therapist was much older. Helped me realize and cope with being myself. No thanks. Hmm. This is business. You're funny, Rohan. Huh. Huh. Okay. Huh. Okay. That's funny emoji. Mm. Hmm. Uh, huh. Reached out to former girlfriends for being appreciative. Move on, for instance. True, true. Nice. It's funny when you truly are you successful. as a response. Oh, interesting. Would you say you are both middle class? What caste are you both in? I always hear a lot about the caste system, but I don't know too much other than that. I mean, things go. Money. Oops. Huh. They say poverty's. Hmm. Hmm. Would you sign a contract saying that? I mean, it's almost like I'm addicted to suffering. Ah. What do you have to say about uh cast Arfa? Hopefully. Gratitude. Whoa, almost done. Yay. Being able to reflect on what a wild. Being able to see. Oh, number 7. Ah, that's good. Why do so many people in the U.S. talk about that then? How in India there is a huge wealth disparity, and how it's still old school. Like if you are born into a high class caste, you will have more, and it's harder to move up. Is that true or false? As I am writing this chapter, I just snapped out of a 6-month depression, which was one of the hardest and longest winters of my life. It feels good to be back to normal, but that's just life. That's just life, full of obstacles. Yeah, it was there earlier. Oh, okay. Not anymore. Oh, okay. Power of partnership. Oh. Having real conversations. Huh. Oops. We are still human after all. This is all nonsense. Oh yeah, you think so? That's a good way to look at life. Oh, cool. Yay, so vulnerability. Okay. Grow. It takes a lot of personal process, a lot of years growing up. You are able to grow, and at the end of the day, we all want to be heard and respected. Not being afraid to put yourself, not being afraid to go for your dreams. Time is limited, and you don't want to wake up with any regrets. No regrets. 4. Networking at the at the end of the day, it's all about relationships. Having strong relationships can lead you to many more opportunities. Let it happen organically. If people come into your life, try not to force anything. Things will naturally flow, and people will come in and out of your life. Appreciate it that it happened, but stay detached. What's another? What's a good? What are the top 6 benefits of hosting 300 episodes of the Davidson podcast? Can you give me a summary? Enhance communication skills. Oh yeah, I think he left, huh? Cool. Communication skills. What a valuable trait to develop. Become a better listener, and you realize that anything can be resolved in communication. Possibilities. There are some inspiring people out there in the world. Every single human being leaves a mark on us. It's up to us to choose where we want to go after consuming that information. Make time for the things that matter. Oops. It's easy in life to forget and go on the hamster wheel, but we all really have things that we neglect because we are pushed and pulled in so many directions. Share openly. The power of sharing authentically gives others permission to be able to be honest with themselves. People will often get insights when role models and mentors share about their struggles and their journey. Be afraid to promote. This is tough for people who struggle with self-doubt, but you never know how much impact you can have just by simply pressing the publish button. Sorry, Liv. Tell me of money, which I'll get money. We've partnered together for so long, and I don't know where I would be without you. Huh. My beautiful wife. Thank you for the unconditional love. I know that you will accept me despite all of the craziness and a lot of ventures that I put us through. We will make it out stronger. I promise you that. Superpower. Huh. That's a good one. Oh man, that's tough. If I could choose a superpower, I would love to be able to teleport because then I can just go travel the world. So, because I hate waiting on the plane for like 20 hours. So, like, I'll be like, oh, let me just go to India. And it'd be like, boom, I can visit you guys in India. If I want to go to like Bali the next day, it's like, boom, I can go to Bali. So, that would be really cool. What did you say your superpower is that you want? Thank you for the unconditional love. Don't come here. Why is that? Creating the clearing for others to share authentically and openly is your gift. Oh, that's the one you said. Oh, it's the same thing. That's nice. Hmm. Huh. Ah, cool. Yay. Sweet. Top books. Oh, cool. Uh, huh. Oh, interesting. I can probably take out the. Oh, yeah, I reached my goal. That's so funny. Oh, cool. All right, I finished this, which is nice. Now, what should I do next? That's funny. All right, that's helpful. So great to see this. You know, if you have any questions, I was hoping that you can attend June 11. Okay, so June 11. Okay, so yeah, provisor. So we're good there. Oh, maybe I should look up these people. Meet and greets. Aw, that'd be fun. What games are you thinking about? Look up some of these people. Oops, LinkedIn. Okay. All right. How do I zoom in? Dan Hochschler. Oh, that game. Oh, this game. That's cute. As you can tell, I'm always working. Let's see. Okay, so that's his background. Oh, we're around the same age. Nice. Cunningham. You're always busy. Story of my life, bro. Mick Eng. Ah, this guy? Did I meet him before? Oh. Oh, I did meet him. Interesting. How do we meet? Hey, Jeff. Come visit the Provisors chapter in person in June. Looking forward to meeting you. Marilyn Garcia. Let's see. Marilyn Garcia. Citron, Cooperman. Oh, she's a partner. Wow, that's a good group. Huh. Oh, that could be a good one. Oh. Maryland. Where are we at? Simon, Miller, Rains. Divorce, litigator. Simon. Eisner. Oh, he was at Eisner. Huh. How big is the firm now? Ooh, that's perfect size firm. Nice. Laura, Long, Gobardi. Huh? Wait, Longo, Barty. Oh, take out this part. What is this? So she's at a firm that is a smaller firm, 10 people. Very new chapter, seems like. Forest Hill Financial. Wait. Oh, that's the name. Okay, so what is the address? Look it up. 533 Fifth Avenue, 44th Street, Forest Hill Financial Group. Okay, cool. Oh, you're so mean. No, I play Diablo 4. That's funny. I do play video games, but it's mostly with my wife. I haven't played like online video games. Like, I mean, sometimes I do, just not as much. That's funny though that you said all that. All right, so now I'm gonna remember to. Now I gotta reach out to some folks. Brett Perkins. Let's see if I can reach out to this guy. Where's my phone? Oh, yay, this finished charging. He's a kid. There you go. You can tell. Oh, no, the file is corrupted. Please correct and resend. Oh, crap. What happened to the resume? Oh, that's not good. Not good. First impression. Yikes. Huh. Weird. Oh. Did I end my... Oh, I ended a live stream? Shit, I didn't even... I thought I was still sharing my computer. My bad, dudes. Or dudes and dudettes. All right, I'm going to send my resume to this guy. Let's see if I can find it. Davidson Hang resume. Davidson. Might grab some food soon. Oh. Where was it? Davidson Hang resume. There you go. It says the file. He said the file is corrupt. All right, guys. Just so I don't bore you, I'm gonna end the live stream. But I'm probably gonna eat later, so I'll be back on later. Cheers.